Leanna with tipbee.com, and I wanted to show you this little guy. This is called blueSLR, and what it is it's an accessory for my Nikon DSLR camera, and it has a companion app for my iPhone, and they talk to each other, and so then ultimately this will be a GPS unit for my camera, as well as allowing my iPhone to work as a remote shutter release for my Nikon. It all works over Bluetooth, so there's no line of sight needed, nothing like that. So it's pretty neat. So here I have my Nikon D90, and right here is where I would normally plug in a GPS unit to my camera, and that's where this little guy goes. So let's plug it in. Strap's in the way. Okay, so it's in, and when I turn on the camera, it starts to blink. What it's doing is it's looking for a Bluetooth connection with my phone, and now that it's no longer blinking, it has made a connection. So Bluetooth is connected with my iPhone, and it's good to go. One thing I should mention is I have a Nikon camera, and this product is only available for Nikon DSLRs as of now. They're hoping to come out with Canon models, but for right now they have 3 different models that work for the Nikon. They are all $149. You just choose which one based on which model camera that you have. So it works for the D3100, the D5000, the D90, the D3S, the D700, the D300S, and the D200. If you have any of those Nikon DSLR models, then there is a blueSLR model to work with your camera. So what I love about it is how small it is. It's a tiny little accessory. It's never in the way. It plugs in on the opposite side as a trigger release. So even if I'm not using my camera as a remote shutter, I'm just using it for Bluetooth, typically you hold your camera like this, and so it's not even in the way. It's right there. It is super tiny. Here, take a closer look. And it takes up like no room. So it's awesome. So here's my camera, and here's the app. It's a free app, so once you obviously need the accessory to use the app. So we'll go into detail on the app in a second, but you can probably see that big circle at the top. If I push that, it takes a picture. So that is fantastic. That's it working as a remote shutter release. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the app and all that it entails.
Okay, so let's take a look at the app. So as you can see on the top it says blueSLR is connected, and on the top right hand corner it says GPS. Now this blue button down here is how I can turn GPS on and off. If the GPS is blinking, then that means I do not have GPS enabled. So this would be great if all I want to do is use my iPhone as a shutter release, but I don't care about geotagging my photos. Then I can turn off the GPS to save battery life on my iPhone. So I'll go ahead and turn the GPS back on. Now that the GPS is on, here I'll show you real quick. You can see on my camera it says it's blinking GPS. So that means it's gathering GPS information. Okay. So here's the main screen, and as you can see it shows my location. Just a quick little note, I have the accuracy not set very well, so you don't know where I live. Okay, so I have my camera sitting right here next to me so that you can hear when the shutter goes off. So if I tap this button, it's going to focus and take a picture. There we go. And this one, if I just want to focus, I tap AF, and I hope you can hear that. You heard the beep. That's the focus beep. And again, I can tap that to take a picture. If I want to, let's say, put a delay on my shots, I tap this little guy. And I want to put a delay of 3 seconds and take 2 shots. Tap it again, and here we go. Pretty cool, huh? So we can see the delay can go as up as 90 seconds, and it can take as many as 10 shots. And now here's where we have some settings. So we have a shutter time, This setting determines how long to hold the shutter button in milliseconds or seconds. So if you have your camera set to bulb, and let's say you're taking a night shot and you want to hold down the shutter for a long time, you can hold it down for as long as 10 seconds. So it'll remotely open the shutter for 10 seconds is what that does. And then we have autofocus time. So similar, this setting determines how long to hold down the shutter button in milliseconds or seconds for autofocus. GPS accuracy. We can be accurate to, the best is going to be as good as it can be, from 10 meters all the way up to 3 kilometers. And here's the distance filter as well. You can match them up. Update frequency, GPS update frequency. So this determines how often it updates your GPS location. The more often you do it, the more accurate it will be. However, it'll use up more battery, so you may want to do it less often. Enable GPS when locked. So what this does is, if I lock my phone right now, it will still be running in the background as a GPS for my camera. If I don't want to do that, I want to save battery life, I turn it off. And update GPS timestamps if I want that on or off. And then the rest is just, information, like here's the hardware information and so on and so forth. So that's it. That's all we've got to the app. I think it's a great little app. However, I would really like to see the option to use my camera in manual mode and use my phone to adjust my shutter speed and my aperture and all that kind of stuff, ISO, directly with my app, so that I can do everything remotely. That is what I hope to see in the future. As of now, it does well. Yeah, so there we go. That is blueSLR for Nikon cameras and the iPhone, and I am Leanna with Tippy.com. Thank you.